what is up? Welcome back to another video. How are you guys doing? You doing good? I'm doing good. Everybody's good? Good. Okay, so today I thought I would tell you guys about my personal experiences on what it was like having a homophobic boss. And yes, that's a real thing, unfortunately. So let's get into it. So, for those of you who don't know, I actually work at a grocery store and this is my first ever job, so yeah, that's that. So, the first time I walked in to get an interview, I automatically got the job. It was easy as that, and I was placed in a specific department. And I noticed that the first day I worked, I had a boss that was obviously not the nicest. This person was really degrading, he was really derogatory with things that he would say, and he was also very humiliating. He was humiliating because he would literally make you feel like trash. Like, he would tell you straight up, the reason why you're not getting hours is because you're not strong enough. Who says that, honestly? Now, I'm the type of person that doesn't really let anything bother me. Like, I'm pretty cool if someone wants to try to cuss at me or if anybody wants to call me names. I've heard it all before. Nothing really shocks me anymore. But the fact that this was coming from my boss is what was especially upsetting. So one day I was getting product ready for us to put out to sell to customers, and as I was getting the items ready, I was walking past my boss and he was writing something down. I heard him call another coworker of mine a faggot. Now you're probably thinking, wow, why would anybody call anybody that? So me not really being out at work, only to some of my coworkers, and I remember when I had called HR the next day, the person from HR told me that it was probably my misunderstanding and I probably got caught in a crossfire. And she was basically saying that it was almost my fault. Like, I didn't hear what I heard, and she almost made me second guess what I heard. And that kind of baffled me a little bit because I know what I heard. I don't make these things up. So I want to say probably like 3 or 4 days passed after I called HR, and the lady from HR told me that she was going to be calling my manager. So my manager calls me in and talks to me, and basically I tell him everything because it's like, come on dude, like that's not cool. Like, it's 2018, let's get over this. Like, people are still calling each other this. Like, what the hell's going on here? So my manager basically apologized to me and had talked to my boss, and obviously my boss is going to deny everything that my manager was coming to ask him about. So my manager told me that he did not tell my boss who complained against him, but I feel like he did, because ever since that, everything kind of went downhill. And it went downhill because when I would go to work, I would specifically feel like I was being targeted against, especially when it came to my boss. So there was a time where I was setting product back up on the shelf, just basically restocking, and I was at a distance, and my boss, who sees me from a distance, and here he comes charging up, and I get off of the little ladder because I'm on a ladder, and I step down and I look and I turn to the side, and he gently pushes my shoulder out of the way. And I think to myself, okay, what is going on here? Like, I am the type of person that doesn't say anything. Literally, I'm so nice to everybody. I try my hardest to be so nice, but I feel like if someone is constantly trying to test me, then it's only gonna come down to a point where I can't take anymore and I'm just gonna explode. So it was little things like that that would happen on and off for probably about 3 to 4 weeks. And during that time where I would come into work, he would be very rude to me, and the way he would talk to me was really belittling. Like, there was a time where I was helping a customer and he had asked for me to come over when I was done. I came over to him to see what he had wanted, and in front of customers he was telling me the things that I was doing wrong and things that I need to be improving, which is all good. I mean, because bosses are supposed to help you become a stronger employee, but with him that was just not the case. You know, I could tell the way he would talk to me specifically would be totally different from the way he would talk to the other coworkers. I mean, he obviously had favorites, because there was one time where he had bought a Gatorade for my other coworker that I was closing with, because there's 2 people that close, and he didn't bring me anything, which is fine because I don't drink that stuff anyways, but it's just kind of like he would do things like that that would make me feel like I wasn't worth the extra-ish. So this time I actually closed with my boss, and I remember it was a really slow night because it was just Thursday and there's not really going on at the store on Thursday, and I remember him trying to talk to me. And when I'm at work, I'm just in the zone. Like, I'm trying my hardest to focus. I'm trying not to let anything distract me because I don't want to get yelled at. I don't want to get reprimanded like I'm some child. So as I was working, I started putting things away because it was 9:30 and we do close the store at 10. The homophobe comes out and asks what I'm doing. I tell him that I'm putting things away because it is getting close to closing time. So as I have half of my items being ready to be put back away in warehouse, he tells me that I need to take everything off and I need to put it back on the shelf because it is not closing time. It is nowhere near closing time, and he doesn't want me to start closing until the store is actually closed. So here I have literally stands of product that I had been getting ready to put away, and I have to put it all back on the shelf, which is fine. So as it got closer to that night, there was a lot of tit for tat going back and forth. He would ask me why I was having an attitude. I would tell him I'm not having an attitude. I just don't like the way that you're talking to me. And for some reason, when I stood up for myself, he started to get more angry. And I remember there was a point where I was cleaning and I was bent over and he kept trying to talk to me. And at this point, I just ignored him because it's kind of just like when there's so much negativity coming at me, I just shut down because I feel like it's just better for me. So as I was ignoring him, it was actually starting to piss him off even more because I can tell by the tone in his voice, he was starting to get pretty upset. And he had asked me what my problem was, and I had told him again, you know, I don't like when you reprimand me like I'm some child. It's totally fine to tell me you know what to do, but when you're belittling me and you're making me feel like I'm not human, then that's when all bets are off and you need to honestly change the way how you are coming at me because I don't like it at all. And his response was basically, he is the boss. He can tell me to do whatever that I need to do the way he wants to tell me, and if I don't like it, then I can leave the store. So after I got that response, obviously not something that you want to be told when someone is constantly belittling you and making you feel this way, I just shut down completely. I didn't say anything. I just continued to do whatever it is that I needed to do, trying to get out as soon as possible because honestly I did not want to be there any longer than I needed to be. As I was cleaning, he actually rushed up on me like he did before when I was on the ladder putting things away and I had stepped down. Straight up bull rushed me in front of customers. Now, I don't think I have ever been that humiliated in my life before. So after he rushed up on me, I literally looked him in the eye and I said, "Are you serious? This is what we're gonna do?" And literally one customer, thankfully, saw the entire incident play out and I didn't say anything and I just carried on my merry way. 2 days actually passed by and whoever had seen that incident play out actually emailed my manager of the store. After that incident, I got another apology from my manager, and coincidentally, I didn't get hours after that. I probably didn't get hours for a good 3.5 months, I want to say. And still to this day, I'm not getting hours because when I went back to work, we got a new boss for the department that I was working in. So the homophobe was no longer my boss anymore because he had transferred to a different store location. Ever since that, my store hours have been kind of messed up. Call it a coincidence, call it whatever you want. I know exactly what happened and I don't really think that is cool at all. I don't feel like anybody should have to go through something like that, especially what I went through. Imagine having a boss like that. I felt like I was a target, and I was a target because I actually literally got targeted and rushed up on, and I also got my hours cut severely. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, give this a big thumbs up. If you have ever been discriminated against, leave your comments down below. Tell me what happened in your situation. Subscribe if you're new to my channel, and I will see you guys next time. Thanks for watching. Bye, guys.